If Donald Trump were trying to lose his trade war with China, it's hard to see what he would be doing differently. The president's gambit is likely to strengthen China's geopolitical position, embolden Beijing militarily, and diminish both the United States' global standing and its economy. Earlier this month, Trump increased tariffs on all goods from China to 145%. China, in turn, responded with 125% tariffs on American goods, plus more targeted measures. This is a classic trade war. Two countries engaged in a tit-for-tat escalation of trade barriers, each with the goal of forcing the other country to back down and, at least in theory, agree to certain concessions. The Trump administration believes that it has the upper hand in this fight. "We export 1/5 to them of what they export to us," Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent recently remarked, so that is a losing hand for them. That view has things backwards. The fact that the American economy is hooked on Chinese goods is a massive weakness for the U.S., not an advantage. For many categories of goods, China is not only America's top supplier but also the world's dominant supplier, meaning that the U.S. can't simply get them from other countries. According to data gathered by Jason Miller, a professor at Michigan State University who specializes in supply chain management, China produces more than 70% of the world's lithium-ion batteries, air conditioners, and cookware, more than 80% of the world's smartphones, kitchen appliances, and toys, and about 90% of the world's solar panels and processed rare earth minerals, the latter of which are crucial inputs to cars, phones, and several key military technologies. Pivoting to producing these goods at home would take years, if not decades. It would involve forming new companies, building new factories, creating supply chains from scratch, and training fleets of workers. For it to happen at all, companies would have to be confident that the tariffs would be in place for the long term. China, meanwhile, is only heavily dependent on the U.S. for a small fraction of its imports, and most of those items, such as soybeans and sorghum, can be imported from elsewhere. Chinese businesses will be hurt by losing access to the American market, but that is an easier problem to solve. China can redirect some of its exports to countries in Europe and East Asia, whose citizens